Before we get started here, I want to remind everyone to please hit that like button and share this video on whatever social media you have. Since this is a restricted channel, you're the only chance we have to overcome YouTube's anti-2A bias and discrimination. Damn it. I am a grown-ass man. Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the America, Guns, and Freedom podcast with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. As always, this is just a conversation between me and you guys. You ask the questions, you suggest the topics, you set the direction of the conversation. Ask whatever you want. Doesn't have to be gun related. If you want to just ask me like, what's your favorite nut? I don't care, as long as it gives us something to talk about. Feel free to ask away. If you ask me something technical or about if I have experience with something that I don't have experience with, pay attention to the live chat. Somebody out there will have the answers you're looking for. So pay attention and participate. Build a sense of community. That's the main reason we do this every day, so that everybody has the ability every day to go somewhere and have a conversation with like-minded individuals about common interests for at least an hour or so a day. Not everybody has that. So we try to provide that for them. With that being said, I like to start off the day of the chat by reading the names of people who have ordered merchandise in the last 24 hours. And remember, as of right now, if you order merchandise, if you order a shirt, a sweatshirt, or a hoodie, you get an entry into the double super secret Henry Axe giveaway that will be given away on the 5th. The contest ends the last of this month. So you got a few more days to get entries into that. And I'll tell you how to order merch here in a minute. But first, let's read the people who have bought something. Joseph D. Veneer. Joseph D. Veneer. He got the Guns Don't Kill People, the Government Does shirt. He got him an entry into the double super secret drawing too. This one, I don't think this is a real name. The name is Noodle Ramus. And they got a Peppa the Pig cotton t-shirt. That don't seem right to me. I don't think that can be a real person. If you're out there, let me know you're a real person, because that don't sound like a real person. Now this one sounds more like a real person. David Nielsen chimed in. He got the Le Pew t-shirt, which is our newest design. If you want to get the Le Pew design, please go over and get one. And he got the Guns Don't Kill People, the Government Does t-shirt. So thanks to these people for ordering merchandise and helping support the programs we run, like the Pets and Vets program, TYMP, etc. I appreciate it. And remember, in a few days, we're going to be starting up, Toy Guns for Tots. That starts the 1st of next month. So we have to start Toy Guns for Tots because we have to raise all through the month of November. And then we have to go buy stuff the first week of December so that we can get it distributed in time. So let's try to make it as big a year as ever. I don't have a lot of hope for that this year. I'm so held down by YouTube now. But as I was saying, thanks to those people for buying merchandise. And if you want to buy merchandise or any other thing, go over to my website, TYMPpistolproject.com. I'll put a link in the upper corner of this video right here. You go over, you can get yourself merchandise like my Prepared Bear, or I like guns and animals. People piss me off. All kinds of designs over there that you can get on hats, shirts, etc., mugs. Everything you buy helps support the Pets and Vets program right now. So go on over there, help an animal in need, and get yourself something you need, like shirts and stuff. Most of you need to wear shirts. Some of you more than others. Some of you should wear 2 of them. But go on over. And you can also become a Subscribe Star member, a Patreon member. You can nominate someone for Handguns for Heroes. You can nominate yourself for TYMP. There's lots of things you can do over there. Register to win the giveaways, drawings, etc. Just go over to TYMPpistolproject.com. and you'll see what I'm talking about. With that being said, let's get over to the questions. See what we got coming in today. Salvatore Verga. Didn't he win something the other day? What did he win? Oh, he won a knife. I sent it to him already. He just said TYMP still gets his entries, even though he didn't ask a question. But even if you're just paying your $2 tithe to Phil, which that's all you tithe to Phil is, minimum $2, and he uses it to support the Pets and Vets program. Even if you're just paying your $2 tithe, ask a question. using that link up there, the Phil Tithe and PNV Super Chat links. Even if you're not going to donate enough to get an entry into the drawings, if you're just paying your $2 tithe, ask a question, even if it's just a silly question. Give me something to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about. A little mystery to figure out. Randall Smith chimed in here and said, you must have been having a rare lucid moment earlier. You made some great points about the aftermath and consequences of the Kirk shooting. I'm not sure that it was you and not an AI generated, but no, it's me. I'm lucid sometimes. It's usually in the afternoons, but sometimes it's late at night, like between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. I'm pretty lucid. That's actually when I film most of my videos, and when I do all the editing and stuff. Is I usually come out here about 1 o'clock in the morning, do some editing stuff, and then I film something. And so that's usually when I have my lucidity moments. Is lucidity a word? I wish people would listen to the things I say, though, when I say them, instead of waiting until later when it's too late. And then they go, well, gosh, you were right, like with the NRA and stuff. Brian Schupner, he chimed in and says, glass on high-powered service rifle, that's CMP, binary triggers, and please let's not get suppressed on our rights to keep and bear sniper rifles and ammo. Well, I hope we don't, but it's a possibility, I would say. Because look at this, how they do that here with assault rifles. They're like, if it's got a threaded barrel or a detachable magazine or any combination of these things, you can't have it. That way they don't have to ban just every specific gun. They just say if it's got this and this. So all they have to say is any gun that has a barrel longer than 10 inches, that also has a threaded barrel or a placed amount of scope, something like that, that's a sniper rifle and you can't have it. Salvatore Verga paid his $2 tithe to Phil again and chimed in and says, hail Phil. That's all he said. He didn't ask a question. He just said, hail Phil. Sean Bain chimed in with a big donation. I don't know why he did such a big donation, but paying for the privilege to watch, as you all should. Every one of you should be at least paying your $2 tithe to Phil. It's amazing entertainment. I'm a little fucking ray of sunshine in everybody's life every day for an hour or so that you wouldn't otherwise get. And like I say, entertainment like this is hard to find unless you live near a library and you can go down there and watch homeless people yell at passerbys. That's similar, but this way you don't got to go downtown. You just sit right in your living room and listen to somebody yell at people. Where was that? Oh, that was Sean Bain. And then Johnny Mandrick chimed in. He chimed in and said, what changes would you make to a semi-automatic handgun to make it better? Well, it depends on which one. You mean like a general overall change to all guns but which one? Put a red dot on them. That's most of them. That makes them better for me. But yeah, that's too vague, and at least it's not disgusting like your last one. But let's see here. He also chimed in again. Maybe he verified it or refined his first question a little bit. Let's see. What Halloween costume would you pick for Django? That's not how you spell Django. And your sons. Well, about Turnip? Why are you leaving Turnip out of it? I wouldn't pick any costumes for my dogs because I don't approve of dressing up dogs. I don't think it's ever their idea, and therefore I don't support it. My sons, however, I mean, they've been all kinds of things. I never chose their costumes. I always let them choose their costumes. They've been vampires, ninjas, transformers, werewolves, all kinds of things. So I always let them choose theirs. I would never choosing someone's Halloween costume. That's like choosing their religion for them. I don't approve of that. It's more important than choosing someone's religion, in my opinion, because Halloween's real. So Yeah, I wouldn't choose theirs, and I would never dress my dogs up because I don't support that because it isn't their idea. It's usually, I think, the owner's idea. And the poor little dogs, I usually don't know what the fuck is going on. So I don't support it. Let's see here. That ends us up with all the live or all the super chats from now. So let's go over to the emails. The Nominal Snowman says, Pam Bondi was never, ever in any way, shape, or form pretty. She was a 4 out of 10 on a good day, but that's only because she isn't tree fitty on the scale. A lot of old Republicans, she was their perfect example of a woman. Would do whatever she was told, had long blonde hair, not real blonde, I don't think, but that's all it takes in the Republican world. Shooting the shit topic, modifying old antique guns, etc. Well, we can do that if I remember. Joe Pearson chimed in and shared a picture of his puppy, who is not in a Halloween costume, thankfully. He just, look at there. Look at that puppy. Look at that puppy face. Little beagle face. Who got a little beagle face? Did they say any information about him? No, they didn't say. They said my Mavis. Oh, I don't have my Mavis anymore. Edgar Cortez chimed in and says, what do you think about the Trump 2028 propaganda? Me personally, I think it's amazing mindfuck since it would require that the Constitution be amended. Your thoughts? I don't think there's going to be any chance of him running again in 2028. For one, I'll be surprised if he's still coherent. I think the main thing that they would try to do, if anything, is try to suspend elections based on, we're at war, or because he said that. He was like, well, if we're at war when it comes time for me to run again, I won't have to run because we can't have an election during wartime. And it's why he's trying to create a war inside the United States. Because we've done elections during wars before, even though we called them police actions and stuff. But I don't think that running again in 2028, that's even a possibility. That's too hardcore against the Constitution, although a lot of people are for it. Like Mike Johnson said, he tried to portray it as, they're trolling. That's number one selling hat on his website is the Trump 2028. They're not trolling. They mean it. This is from Frank Rodriguez. And he sent an email, says, this is a wild story out of China. Man addicted to Coca-Cola has 35 stones removed from his bladder after drinking 3 liters daily. If you shouldn't drink dark colas if you have problems with kidney stones. Because I have problems with kidney stones and I shouldn't be drinking dark colas. But guess what? I do. I try to limit it to 1 or 2 a day, but still drink them. After dark, once I'm done with the chat, that's my cutoff. That's the last time I'm allowed to have Pepsi. Usually I don't have any Pepsi before, and I don't have any Pepsi after. The one you see me drink here is what I usually get each day. And after I go back in the house, I drink more healthy. I drink orange soda. I drink the Fanta Orange 0 sugar. So I'm a real health nut. Let's see, where are we at here? I got another email here from Leonidas. Let me share that. And he said, another addition to the safe, possibly EDC. It's a 40. Well, that's nice. Isn't that one of those little fire stars? Those are solid little chunks of steel. I've always wanted to get one and maybe like give it a polish it up, like refine it a little bit, maybe refine the texturing and the checkering on the back, or not checkering, what do you call them? Just give it an overall round off some corners, give it a little oomph, see what they would look like. A Nominal Snowman chimed in and says, is anyone even talking about Charlie Kirk anymore? Yeah, a lot of places they are. I thought the new hotness was Mexican white supremacist Nick Fuentes having a date with fucker Carlson. I didn't even watch that. I don't want to see that at all. Let's see a Russian propagandist talking to whatever Nick Fuentes is. I don't really follow him enough to know. I also love Lady Marmalade. I can sing the whole song, both the radio edit and the studio version. That doesn't surprise me. Weirdo. Mikey D chimed in and said, what did he say here? Why is 1 the loneliest number that you ever knew? Oh, because it is. It's the saddest experience that you'll ever know. It's, even worse than 2, but 2 can sometimes be as bad as 1. So that's why. So it's why it's the loneliest number, because it's not 2. I guess 2 would be the next loneliest. It's the saddest experience you'll ever know. I guess that's enough. Or, yeah, I guess that's the answer. I don't know. I can't. I guess 3 Dog Night said it is. It wasn't 3 Dog Night first. Who was it at first? Someone like Nelson or something like that. I can almost picture the album cover. But let's just go with 3 Dog Night. It's because they said so. That's why. All right. Let's, I think that's it. Oops, nope. There's one more over here. One more topic. People are so blinded by Trump that they'll believe anything he says. Hell, he got the poor folks convinced that illegal immigrants are the reason they're losing their Vittle tickets. Who's your kid? Viking? Yeah, I know. That's so silly. It's like, it's all illegals taking all that money. Well, no, illegals can't take Medicaid or Medicare or anything money. It's just illegal, period, state or federal. And there's not enough of them that even get services that it would matter, because they can only get them in certain special circumstances. Most of the people on welfare are white mothers. That's the largest group. So, and a lot of them in the red states vote Republican, and then they don't understand when they lose their stuff. It's because it's got to go to pay for the billionaires' tax breaks. They gave the billionaires trillions of dollars in tax breaks. They have to take that money from somewhere else, and where they want to take it from is Medicaid, Medicare, the Affordable Care Act subsidies, things like that. It's not that hard to figure out unless you're stupid. Unfortunately, most people are stupid or just too busy to figure things out. Let's just say that at least. All right, I think that catches us up with all the emails. Let's make sure we're still caught up with the supers. I do believe we are. Yes, Johnny Mandrick was the last one. So let's get over here to the live chat, see if there's anything coming in over here. And by the way, we did do the drawing last night. I clicked off the stream. You know how I usually just do the sign off and then I go, all right, now we'll do the drawing. Well, I did that. I had clicked the stream off already, and I didn't realize it till after I'd already done everything. But the winner last night was Manuel Moran. So if Manuel Moran is out there, and I don't got any way to contact you because it's just through, unless I can find let's see if I go back to his entry he got yesterday. Does he have his email on it? Sometimes they do. No, he did not put his email. I got his mailing address if I wanted to mail him some information, but he didn't put his email address. So I don't see it there. No, it just says confirmed. Let me see if I click on that, if it tells me anything. No. So Manuel Moran was the winner last night. And we got another email here I want to show real quick. Just came in. I accidentally clicked on it when it came in. It popped up there. But it is from Oliver Banks. Freya stole the cat bed. Oh, that's so cute. The cat probably took her bed. Probably wasn't her idea. Cats are evil. I love cats, but I like my cats especially, but they're mean, especially the dogs. Maisie, oh, she's just mean as shit. She loves to watch Turnip and Sherman fight because she's like, it's a win-win. If they kill each other, it's doubly a win. She'll just sit and watch, cross her little legs, and just sit and watch them fight. They're playing, but she's hoping they're fighting to the death. All right. We got Leandros Vega. Leandros Vega. I used to have a Vega. For Phil, that's correct. It's a Firestar. I had never seen one blued and saw it was a 40 and thought, let's do it for Yankee. We didn't do it for me because you didn't buy it for me. So unless you're mailing it to me, you didn't do it for me. Unless you might have done it for the Save the 40s program, but I still don't want that. If it means other people are getting something I'm not in favor of that. Because I'm very petty. Laura petty. All right, where were we at here? Let me make sure I got all the questions answered over there. No, we got one more coming in over here. And it is Christian Carlson. Yeah, I thought I was supposed to get the Punisher grips, but I think the rage from you going to a 38 Super made you put the wrong ones in the box. Yeah, I don't know which ones I sent you. I think I might have sent you the ones that go on my Nighthawk. Yeah, I think I might have sent the wrong ones. Well, those are better ones, but hey, Yank, I just heard I won the drawing with the donation yesterday. Not sure what I even won, but thank you. Oh, well, you get to choose. If you're watching right now, Manuel Moran just sent me an email. You get to choose between the Cold Steel Voyager. That's this one, the big old serrated survival knife thing here. Or if you want something more for your pocket, you get to choose the Raja 3 from Cold Steel here. Nice knife. Or if you want something fixed blade, like throw in your car or something to keep, you get a choice of the Canadian belt knife. It's got a weird shape to it. Video went out. My back. That's what you won. You get to choose one of those three, and anybody who wins tonight will also get to choose from one of those three. Where are we at? John Heasley says our 20-plus-year-old cat. That's who passed away. Poor kitty. Although at that age, it's not like it's a tragedy. It's an expectation, but still, it's always sad. Let's see. Do we got any more questions coming in? Please pin the PayPal link. The PayPal link is pinned. It's right up there at the top. Can't everybody see it? I can see it. The belt knife. Okay, there wasn't a belt knife. They all can hook on, unless you mean the fixed blade. Do you mean, I mean, that can be used on a belt because it's got the little, so you can just clip it on your belt and carry it around. Is this the one you meant? If that's the one you meant, let me know. I'll send you that one. I'm going to put it over here just in case. Let me write it down. I'm going to write that one down for now. I'll change it if that's not the one you want. Canadian belt. Oh, that's called a Canadian belt knife, isn't it? Okay, yeah, that's the one he wants. That's what it's called. Yeah, see, I told you I'm lucid in the late night, not evenings. It's been that way for years for me. Where are we at? More. Trying to figure out where I'm at. God damn it, I've lost my place here. I'll go back up as far as I can. Time to get a new clock for you to talk, or for you to talk more. I vote for the new clock. I don't know what that's got to do with anything. Why do I need a new clock? I'm definitely lazy and I am definitely cheap, but you can't say that about me, Yank. I pays me money. He does. When he's here, he doesn't come all time anymore. He's gone a lot of time. I guess they're cracking down on how much time the people in the bats get to spend on the internet because they're starting to figure something out. That only applies to Antifa from Arkansas and Virginia areas. Okay, I don't know what that means, what we were talking about. USMC, to pass rifle qualification, you had to be able to hit a person-sized area at 500 meters with an M16A2 using iron sights. Yeah, it's not that hard to do. People act like, it was just an impossible shot. I'm like, well, unless you got a rifle. He may make an offhand comment. People will get mad for 2 days. Something else will happen, and everyone will move on to the next thing. Playbook of this administration, it's to flood the zone. Bondage, bondy, someone said. I don't know what that's about. I would support passing ban that no politician that supports gun bans can have guns or armed security. I'd be fine with saying they don't get security. If they don't believe in everybody's Second Amendment rights, then they don't get armed security. I'm also thinking, I think most politicians should get paid whatever the median wage in their state is. That should be their government pay. No per diems, no nothing else. They talk about, well, how would they afford to travel? Well, they wouldn't. They can stay in their own fucking state and teleconference. We don't need everybody to join together in a big old marble building in Washington, D.C. That's outdated concept. It just costs the taxpayers millions and billions, if not trillions of dollars, when you add on all the infrastructure and the security and everything. So just have them telecommute. Think they would try to ban scopes above a certain magnification? They definitely could. The dongle beard, also known as Shenandoah, like the valley with your Mothman and your home far away, would be a good one for you. Have fun on Halloween. I don't know what they're talking about. Every time I watch you rant and rave, it gives me a feeling of pure joy. Actually, I think it's gas. Probably gas. I had that feeling right before the chat started. I thought I was going to have to leave for a little while between. But I'm doing okay right now. I just saw a Trump tweet saying he has given the Department of War permission to start testing nuclear weapons again. I don't know if we can do that. There's treaties against that. Anything that just red meat for the base. They won't even think it through. They'll just, like how they don't think through that you're cheering on the government being able to blow up boats full of people with no proof that they're committing a crime. If you want to stop drugs, we'll stop them and arrest them. But blowing them out of the water before they've even seen a courtroom is not okay. You should not support your president and your government being judge, jury, and executioner without due process, period. I never thought I'd see Americans support that, other than the dumbest Americans. Unfortunately, now I think most Americans are the dumbest Americans. When hordes of people go to jail for shoplifting, it will cost taxpayers more to keep them incarcerated than it would to keep them on SNAP. Well, they wouldn't send them to jail. They'd just slap on the wrist, give them a fine, make their life even harder, and send them back out. Been a lot of vehicle break-ins near me. They tried to get into mine Sunday, but was locked and camera light scared them off. Pretty rural area. Looks like they're hitting small town. Well, small towns have always been, so a lot of crime because, you end up with a lot of people with no money in small towns. They can't afford to travel to the better towns to steal. Now, if you can, it makes more sense to travel to the nicer neighborhoods to steal. But the problem in the nicer neighborhoods is sometimes there's security. Police actually patrol nice neighborhoods. They got cameras. They got all kinds of other stuff, so it makes it harder. So you end up with poor people stealing from slightly less poor people until all those people are now as poor as them, and then they have to steal from someone else. So people are talking about waiting in bread lines when SNAP gets cut off, but there won't be any bread lines to wait in. Food banks are running low on food. We'll have to wait and see, but it looks like it might happen. I hope President Trump can figure out a way to run again. He'll get my vote again. So you would vote against the Constitution if they use some sort of weird non-law to try to run again? You would say, fuck the Constitution. Let's keep this geriatric anti-gun asshole in charge. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I would reevaluate what kind of a citizen I am if I don't honor the Constitution. Because if you don't honor the Constitution everywhere else, like if you don't honor the 22nd Amendment, how would you honor the second or the first or the fifth? Because if you say some of them are disposable, well, then I guess they're all disposable. Walmart stores across the U.S. say they will close their doors in response to the threats about mass shoplifting due to snap cuts. Maybe the thieves will break into the stores. I don't see as much mass violence and theft as a lot of people seem to be making out. I don't think that's going to happen, at least not in the first month. It definitely ain't going to happen the day it gets shut down. McDonald's is now charging $8 for an Egg McMuffin. Thankfully, I never eat there. That's the only thing I do like from McDonald's is I like the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, and I like the sausage, egg McMuffin. And I actually got one the other day because Caden and I had to be out early. I had to fight my way through rush hour traffic. So I got a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, extra bacon, and I got a sausage, egg McMuffin. He got a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit meal with an extra hash brown. And we both got 2 drinks, and it was like $30, like 32 something. I was like, good fucking God. I used to be able to go to dinner at a steakhouse for $32. He's here. Use the Yankee Marshall man. Okay, he got a hold of me. How many entries did you say $20 would get? Sorry, short attention span. A $20 donation through PayPal gets you 3 entries into the double super secret drawing. That's the Henry Axe drawing. It gets you 7 entries into the monthly silver bullet drawing, and it gets you 7 entries into the nightly drawing. How many times have I said that? It's got to be 1,000. Maybe. Since we've been doing this. Because I say it 3 or 4 times a night. We've done hundreds of chats. Samuel White says, hey, I try to keep up with the round counts. Can you give me one on the P238? And here's the more entries for the axe. That P238 might have 3 magazines through it. Probably. That's probably about it. It's not. I was never a gun I bought to shoot. I was bought to have the finish out the collection. So I'd say less than a box of ammo through it, less than probably 20 rounds. The median income here is less than $40K, and the county manager makes close to $200,000 in an unelected position. She screwed us royally over the years. Yeah, state officials shouldn't be able to make much more than the median income of their state. That encourages them to improve their state. I don't think we'll ever get a pro 2A president ever. I think it's possible, but it won't as long as we have a 2-party system. It will never happen in a 2-party system because they get to divide up the topics between them, and then neither of them have to actually support them. They just have to give them lip service and say, look, if you went to the other side, they don't even give you lip service. So, all right, let's see. Where are we at here? I think we have got everything answered. Got Manuel has chimed in over here, and I got all the super chats, I do believe. Got all the emails. Sorry, I'm a slow learner. Lead exposure. Well, it must be when you were young, because lead exposure is not that dangerous when you're older. It's mainly dangerous for young people because it affects your development. If it's from when you're older, then you can't blame lead. You might just be dumb. Actress June Lockhart dies at age 100. Wasn't that a couple days ago? I thought that was a couple days ago. Because I remember seeing a bunch of her stuff pop up on Instagram. I just read that Ryan Butcher, Homelander's biological son, will not be in The Boys season 5. He vanishes, and that drives Billy Butcher further into madness. Well, that sucks for that actor, don't it? That he got cut out of the season, which I don't like that idea because, I mean, that was one of the main. Why is he not in it? Is it some other reason? Is he hooked on the dope or something? Let me see here. I think we might have gotten one more chat came in just now. We did. It was Mikey D, and he said, I'll take a stab at it at the knife drawings. I see what he's doing there. Very, very clever. For Mikey D, that's very clever. Let's see here. All right. I think that's got us all caught up. We got all the questions answered, got all the emails answered, got all the super chats answered. So we are ready to get out of here. Why is that not updating? We'll see later. Maybe it will. But I want to say thanks to everybody for showing up tonight. I appreciate it. I want to say thanks to everyone who helped support the programs. Remember, if you want to get entries into the double super secret drawing while we're not online, you can always go buy some merchandise. We're doing that now. I still ain't put anything on the website. I need to. But go on over to the website if you want to do anything else. I appreciate everything everybody does. I hope to see everybody again tomorrow. So come with some good questions and some good conversation starters, and we'll have another day of pro gun chitty chat. So otherwise, like I said, thanks for coming. Hope to see you again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe till I see you again.